Hey everybody, welcome to the table. I'm Robert, this is Nate, Billy, and Jeremy, and this is Table for Four. All right, guys.
The wall.
Well, welcome. How are we doing?
Good, sir.
Everybody having a good week? Excited about our topic?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like the introductory topic of aliens is couldn't be better. Again, whether we're able to cram this into one episode or 9, we'll have to see. As we were going through some of the planning on this, we had to come up with a big board, and we had to break down the different aliens and species and subgenres, and just so we could get a handle on what's out there. Because if you know anything about aliens, or you've been on this planet ever, then you'll know that there's all kinds of stuff out there. Yep. We're going to be talking about 4 main species, races, colors. If you would, aliens. No, I'm sorry, but color plays a big part. And,
I do not see color, sir.
I'm just saying, many a gray has played the race card. And,
well, yours is the only one because we got rid of.
Atlanteans.
We got rid
This
of
description,
the
I got
oranges.
is beings of light
Right.
on mine. So I mean, whatever.
I got goddesses of love.
Is hippie a color? Is hippie
I think it's sand.
sand?
Yeah, sand is tar. Like from a
Earthly-
parking lot where you
earth
walked around trying to bum money to get into the Grateful Dead show. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a weird aside. So anyway, we're gonna tackle 4 main species of aliens. We're gonna do the greys, which is everybody's favorite, traditional, big-eyed, pointy head alien. Date's gonna be taking on the Anunnaki.
Good
proper-
pronunciation.
Thank you. Billy's got the Atlanteans, or Atlantini. How do you say that?
Atlanteans.
Atlanteans.
We just made a new drink.
Yeah,
Atlantean.
yeah. They're not just the lost
Atlanteans.
continent anymore. And Jeremy's going to round it out with everyone's.
Favorite.
I'm not sure if I'm going to go favorite, but
So buttercup in this, guys.
everyone's favorite Norseman type alien. The Nordics. Is that right?
I believe that other than yours, mine is probably pretty easy. Nordics. Now, when you get into Palladians or Plagiarians or who the fuck cares?
Yeah, yeah. And going through my stuff, I saw there's active stuff going on with that people really think that that's the main contact that we've had.
Yeah, I think you and I need to get together because I think your research it is a whole lot better than where I was going. Rabbit hole is not the word I would use. Maybe black hole and some weird, crazy shit. That's why I still feel like I got the damn shaft.
Well, again,
Not in a good way.
Other than what
I mean,
we've
I
seen
just got
in,
history on my side. So I mean,
that's not a bad way to go about it.
they're not around now, but by God, they were around back then.
No, you don't know how many people are watching. Like, they're videotaping the sun as it rises and as it falls, and they'll see.
Well, they're
like,
looking for they're looking for their planet.
Oh my gosh! Look, do you see Nibiru? This is proof. That's proof. That's hiding something.
I'm just gonna tell you, I've seen Nuber at least 10 times on YouTube.
On YouTube. On YouTube.
Once again,
Yes.
we will have probably a picture of this.
I would hope so.
Up, and it's right here.
Oh, you're going to make me put it in that little circle
Oh,
right
oh,
here.
sorry.
My
There
It's going to be right here.
There it is.
right
Okay.
It's
there.
blocking out the sun. It's
Hold on.
getting bigger as
Hey,
it comes.
let's do the whole. Hey, look, I'm holding it. Yeah. Did we screw you up? You're gonna be like,
fucking hate all of y'all.
we gotta move it all around. Cats everywhere are gonna be going nuts, like hitting the screen.
Well,
You
this
just
is
wait till I get done editing this, and then you talk.
We're all gonna have cat ears.
This isn't directly on topic, or maybe it is, but you know that right now, at this moment, on the dark side of the moon, China's playing friendly Mario Kart with a rover up there.
Oh,
They
yeah.
brought a bunch of animals and bugs and
China's trying to claim it.
they may try to claim it. I feel like, and that's awesome.
We got the light side,
I'm
they
all
got
about
the
that.
dark
Because
side.
as anyone knows me, if you were to know what my political affiliation or where my patriotism lies, I consider myself first and foremost a member of planet Earth, and I fly that flag. And so
And
that's
it's on the moon.
just us getting on the moon again, just like we did back in the '60s. Now, of course, America managed to get people on it. They managed to get, I think, some silkworms and some sort of plant
Flag.
like the silk,
A
the
flag.
silk and a China flag.
So, no,
And
an
they've got a
American
pretty
flag,
awesome-
not a China flag, an American
We left our flag, but they've China's run over there. They're like,
with the
right?
rover.
Yeah,
Kind of
with
bumped
the
it out of
rover.
the way.
That's
yeah.
right. But that's pretty cool, you know.
It is.
We were able to take some things also from the moon.
Yeah.
American spirit is to, also visit, but also take some shit.
Yes,
I
we're
believe
gonna
that is-
totally steal.
Well,
yeah.
You know,
Hey,
you've got a
moon
whale,
rocks.
you've got moon rocks. I mean, why
Yeah.
not?
Let's just, and theoretically, if China can claim the dark side of the moon by having a rover over there, can we claim the whole planet of Mars? Because we have clearly ran that rover all over Mars.
Oh, and Matt Damon.
Yeah, not
Matt
only
Damon was
yeah.
on Mars.
I think that was fiction, but
Oh, it was?
Maybe, I don't know.
Ah, damn! My
You ruined
research
it
is
for
garbage.
him.
He's an amazing actor.
shit.
It's really tough to tell. That could very well have been a documentary.
So should I have not gotten all of my research from movies?
There's
Really?
a lot out there. in popular
Oh my
cinema.
god!
I really like the hearts, though.
Yeah.
The heart-
Did you say Sigourney Weaver in that one?
Yes,
Oh
it
my
says,
God.
yeah.
And I just want to make one
That's-
correction to Mr. Billy Rittenhouse, who claimed that China has claimed the dark side of the moon. That is incorrect, because Pink Floyd claimed the dark side of the moon a long time ago.
And then-
Okay, I like that one
and
day.
cue my Dark Side of the Moon album cover picture.
So does that mean does that
What an amazing picture.
Wait a minute, does that mean Europe gets the dark side of the moon now?
I'm not sure about Europe. I do know I love their commercial.
Pink
It's
Floyd's
the final
kind of from that
countdown. That's
area.
it's the
But-
final countdown.
But,
Is that Europe?
I'm,
It
just,
is.
Yeah.
Again, Europe.
I'm confused though, but didn't Michael Bay take it after?
He might have.
Or was-
Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was some
Okay.
wordplay in there. Dark of the Moon.
Oh,
Let's
that's
not make
right.
any
Dark of
damn
the Moon.
sense
Right.
at all.
Right.
And you know what? I watched that movie.
I didn't,
yeah.
but I watched some of them, and they were movies.
There was a lot of explosion.
Let me ask
Well,
this.
it is Michael Bay.
Please.
Just for the public,
Yes.
everybody here believes in aliens.
I think that's a
firmly.
great thing to
Yes.
cover. I absolutely my
believe-
rational mind thinks that we could not have this expansive universe and there not be. I don't know that my belief is because of some of the stuff I've seen, because of some of these abduction stories. Honestly, there's some out there that as we'll get into this that are really wow. That seems pretty legit. I you know what I mean. And then there's just a bunch of crazy ones out there. So I don't know that my belief of aliens is because of that. I think mostly because what we know about the skies and how limitless it is, and how, you know what I mean. Again, we were just talking about sending a rover to Mars, and imagine, just trying to get out of our solar system, and so yes, I think that's probably that if we're the only things that's ever.
I feel disappointed if we were.
I would too.
I'm being honest. I would seriously,
Yeah.
if we were the only beings out there or in here, wherever here,
Well, how about you, Nate?
I'd be disappointed.
What is it? And because I know you have very spiritual. You have religion, and or at least
You sound like I have a weapon.
well, I know, right? I know, right?
He's fucking religion!
Let me just say, I know you probably go to you go to church more than any of us at the table. But how do you balance that with that?
What? Because there's aliens, there's no necessary thing saying because we have other non-terrestrial aliens that there can't be a god.
No,
It all came from somewhere.
right?
And aliens are in the Bible, theoretically.
I feel
mean,
like
they really kind of are.
I feel like
Depends on how you interpret it.
I feel like the author of that, or at least sort of the author of that, said something about heavens and earth and creating all of the heavens and earth, and so then that would certainly
Cover that.
cover that, right?
Mhm.
Good. Okay, so that part of it does for me. I don't know that if
we kind of need to throw something.
can
out
you
there.
be a Christian and believe in aliens? I guess is what my
I,
question
there's
is.
gonna be-
I consider myself a Christian,
You want-
And we'd
and
like to hear
I
from you.
believe in aliens, so-
Please hit us up on our many feeds that Nate's got us on. We'd like to hear what you guys think. Again, these are just topics that we'd like to discuss.
All will be in the description below.
Yes, and with that being said, it is up to y'all to tell us what you want to see. We kind of forgot that. What is this show about?
Assassinations.
No.
Oh. It's about what they want to see.
Oh right. Okay.
Yes.
Don't you want to see assassinations?
Well-
Somebody go on. Not just JFK.
God, he's number one pick. Why did you do
They
that?
killed the whole Russian
No.
family. They assassinated
No,
the whole
we
Russian
were not.
family.
there are many, many, many subjects we can cover.
Yes, but
Vastly.
stick with the weird and strange. Aliens,
Assassinations
go.
are weird and strange.
Just because
I mean-
the aliens killed some of them.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Alien assassination.
Okay. We had many such.
I just opened up that box, didn't I?
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that a thing? Now, so many people are Googling alien assassinations. And it's just,
You know it's there.
yeah, it's so.
I just want everyone to know, and everyone out there, I will be going as alien assassin this Halloween. Because that's a badass costume. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
it's a badass
It's just badass.
Who are you? I'm the Gray.
No. He's gonna just be himself with a knife because he is the assassinator. He's gonna wait outside someone who knows they are being abducted. He's gonna wait.
I just go to work with them, and I spend time with them at work, and then within 2 weeks,
Okay,
I'm like,
wait a
Hey,
minute.
no, hold on, let me finish. Okay, so he's gonna wait. The Greys are gonna beam down in progress of an abduction, and here comes Robert. Not today! And he just stabs.
See,
Welcome
we
to
got
Earth.
this all twisted because I thought it was the other way around. You're saying you're assassinating aliens. I thought it was an actual alien that wasn't an assassin.
No, that's
So I was expecting a Gray to jump down like assassin. Yeah, jump down, come down with these double knives on top of somebody out of a tree and go, yeah! And it's a Gray.
We've seen that before, though.
When?
The
Signs.
Predator?
The Predator was not a Gray.
Signs.
No,
I'll give you that. But he come out with knives and
Well, I don't
jump
know.
down out of a tree and grab
No,
it.
they had a little knife.
It had a knife, well, actually, it was more like a
very
Or
Assassin's
something.
Creed.
I thought it gave him
Yeah.
like a innocuous gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, he had some morphin stuff going on
They
there.
wanted that sweet human meat.
Paul.
Um,
Paul.
Sorry.
I don't
Gotta
know.
go with Paul. Always go with Paul.
Okay.
So
what-
anyway,
what? Weird and strange. Comment below. Tell us what y'all want to see.
We'll read them. Promise.
Nate will read them. And
Coronal
tell us-
mass ejection.
and he will edit them, and then he will tell us his favorite ones and say these are the ones we got.
That
Yes.
not true. I will give an entire list for all of us to choose from.
Every week it'll be boobs. Boobs. Everyone wants to see boobs. We can't do a whole podcast on boobs, dude.
We're gonna.
Just so you know, I will put my glasses on for boobs.
Doesn't everybody?
I don't.
I have special glasses.
Ah.
Retirement home. That one
Yes.
Hooter waitress walks in. They're all like, "Ah, shit! Where's my glasses?" Oh, it's a dude.
That's funny.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
No,
we
that's-
so cut.
This is
topic.
part of this. What we
We
want
were-
it to be. It's going to be
Yeah.
kind of free flowing. I think again.
We will perfect our.
Insaneness.
Yes, it will become more organized. More.
It's a lie. It will never happen.
Probably not.
It-
But
it's
We
not
will.
gonna happen.
You'll either grow with us, or just cast us to the side. Like
Or
so
alien
many,
assassinate us.
so many hillbilly fathers out there.
Somebody what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not Billy Fathers. Hillbilly Fathers.
Yeah.
It's a play on words.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, but where we were before I interrupted was we're talking about religious standpoint and where all of us. Well, actually, you were talking about how aliens and how we believe, if we believe. so forth, so on. And again, he will put a disclaimer at the beginning of this. So if you are watching this now, you've already seen it. We are not here to offend or upset anyone. This is just four guys having a conversation, showing that four guys with vast differences on life, religion, we can get along. We can get along, and we can
get along, and we can talk about aliens and not.
Yes, but
be little.
we
can build a wall and get along.
Yes, we all know that he believes in aliens. That's why he wants the wall to keep him out. Oh, different aliens.
Aliens have spaceships. I'm just saying, a wall is not gonna help.
I'm talking about the illegal ones. Well, I don't know. The ones in the spaceship, unless they...
They're technically illegal because they didn't have a...
They didn't have a visa.
Didn't have that visa.
That's going to be really screwed up if there's actually interdimensional beings. And we've been living with them this whole entire
What if
time.
they ask us for
No,
visas?
hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is all of a sudden just one...
We give him our work visa and he's like, no, man, visa. I want your MasterCard. Credit card.
Yeah.
Visa. I'm going to the mall.
I'm sorry, all I got is Discovery.
Right.
No. No, I guess they will not be a sponsor.
The one I have. Thank you, Jeremy. They should be.
Not now.
Again.
To this point,
My
everyone's
went
like,
down.
no. And then Discovery was like, nope.
Not anymore.
Nope. That's the only one we had.
So we got off track again, which we're probably going to be a theme here. But you were about to say how you are able to
Just because...
between religion and you know.
Right. I mean, aliens have been here. All over the place. And why would we just assume God would just make us and nobody else? He made angels, which were
Nephilim.
could be Nephilim, which they got wiped out. But
I watched Supernatural too. Keep going.
I'm telling you.
by the way, any cast of Supernatural, welcome.
Yes, I took a picture with you two before.
He did.
And
Really?
It was, yes.
His
Stop!
wife
I didn't
really
know that.
liked y'all.
I did not know that until now. He didn't disclose that until this very
It's
moment.
because you didn't go to the birthday party, man. We saw the picture.
Barely.
Oh, you weren't supposed to tell me about the birthday party.
Oh, so Supernatural was at the birthday
yes.
party?
They were really two guys wearing masks.
Dang.
First of all, it was, what do the kids like to say? That the birthday party was off the hook. Is that the word?
I don't know.
And again, that's my
I'm
daughter
not
said.
hip enough to know these
And
words anymore.
so,
I think actually now it's just like letters. I don't
oh,
know.
maybe it, like lit
Like,
or
I don't
And then there's a hashtag in there somewhere.
I can stand it. I don't know, but
Which used to be
it was
with
fun
pound signs, so
and
I
it was
understand.
good, and there was much laughter, and
Cool.
I literally played Steve Miller on vinyl. And
I
that
like
again,
Steve
oh
Miller.
my God, who doesn't like Steve Miller?
I used to shoot a lot of films with Steve Miller.
I am a big fan of vinyl.
Yeah.
I feel that
Yeah.
it's depth, and there's going to be a lot of
Oh,
people
I-
out there. No, there is no extra depth in analog over digital. And I'm going to tell you right now,
You should have seen the
my
vinyl like
body
way.
feels something different.
I just
Give it
think
a
there's
try.
part of it
Maybe
is
it's vinyl with
again
cookies.
The nostalgia.
the fact that the process up where you've got to stop, take a minute, and not just hit the button. Hey, here we go. You want to hear a million songs?
Shuffle.
And then you got to stop, go do this, and it's a process. But that's again back to what I was telling you. I don't look at all the evidence, all the evidence that we have of alien abduction, of aliens here, and I go, oh my gosh, the evidence is overwhelming. I'm not one of those people. I look at that poster that's in my wife's office that we've all seen that says, was it from the X-Files that Scully or Mulder had in his office that says, I want to believe, and it shows the absolute worst picture ever of a UFO, which tells me, yeah, I want to believe, but are you fucking kidding me? You take a picture of the toilet. I mean, why is it blurry? Yeah, I mean, I know you were taking pictures, but every single one of those pictures are all blurry.
Well,
too.
I'll try harder next time.
No,
So I
I
like how he was talking about the ancient that aliens have been here. We know that because of like you were saying in Chariots of the Gods, some of the ancient hieroglyphs and the Egyptian
Yeah.
stuff where they talk about
Not just
these-
Egyptian,
these-
Mayan,
yes,
Zulu.
Right.
that stuff to me, that's like, and those are stone engravings, and I'm like,
Yeah.
leave
Wait,
that
wait,
right of the toy that you took.
You're gonna have to edit his hand movement. I don't think he realized what he just did.
Did I do
Flip
what I
off.
do?
No, you were.
Dude.
Yeah. You
Oh, I'm not editing that out.
Ah, sure, I did it too. It's your turn. Go ahead.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm the
Sorry,
smart
I
one.
interrupted. That was.
I had to duplicate. Sorry, it was
It
just
was.
idiotic moment of mine.
Yes.
I do those a
I
lot.
don't know. I wasn't
In your
paying- I was
face.
looking this
Yeah.
way.
You can shake one
yeah. Well, I'm gonna.
in the
Yeah.
face.
So we're gonna have to
Work on that.
We're gonna
He's gonna
change your
add.
practices. We'll have to have a discussion
He's
because
gonna add it.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to do the voice, I'm also going
That's how
to
he's
do the
gonna
dirty
edit
voice.
it out. He's just gonna block it with a big black.
Thanks.
Nate, make a point. I'm going to want that picture. I'm going to want that. Are you? I want to believe. I want that freaking poster.
Oh, on
It's a
the
stock.
What I wanna
that
believe
point when I
with
bring
you-
it.
oh,
Oh God.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Wait, he's gonna make a poster out of it? I want to believe. Oh boy, that's gonna be amazing.
Alright.
We have just created something great for the internet. I'm sorry, Robert.
That's okay.
Hey, if I tell everyone this, if I ever pass out, put my body in an awkward position and you can draw all over my face. If at any time I ever pass out, I give you permission.
Wow.
Yep, that's how good of friends we are.
That's awesome. I want everyone to make really, really clear here. I do not give that consent because I will pass out, and there will be markers around, and yeah.
I'm with Jones on this one. I really don't want to be marked upon
They might
or marched on.
Shovel.
Some of them are.
Hey, dude, some are. I went into a Casey's one day and I felt so sorry for this guy. He comes in, he's got this big sign here that says "Dick," pointing to his mouth in permanent marker, and you could just see it all over his face. He was so embarrassed because he had a set of nuts on his forehead.
That's where you put
And-
that. Sure. Yeah.
And this poor dude's just like going up there to get a pack of cigarettes and get some gas and go home after a horrific night. And then he
Started
goes-
good.
He goes up and went to the cashier, and the poor guy's like, and the cashier's like, and then he turns around and I look and I see, I'm like, I understand the cashier now. Have a good day, sir. I'm out of your way. Good job. Somebody got lit last night. Right. Now, just to let everybody know, I've worked retail my whole life. Ever since from the time I was 18, I'm in my mid-40s, and I do believe in aliens. I do consider myself a Christian. I do firmly believe in God. I try to respect everybody's beliefs. What is it?
Sound like a dating video.
A dating video? I don't care.
He likes long
I'm-
lots
in a
of
Really, it's a
dating-
whole play.
When you're in a dating video, you are
On Wednesdays and
I'm trying to
Thursdays.
inform people. I'm probably never going to go over this too often with them. I'm just doing it one time as an introduction. I'm trying to be nice here. Okay, I'm passing the baton here. I feel like I've been shunned by Nate the Shunner.
I'm the shunner.
Yeah, you shunned me.
You're passing it to me.
I'm passing it on.
Shit.
I've been shunned, and I'm passing the shunning to the shunner,
I would
to the shitty.
probably say I'm more on the lines of the same belief as Robert. That I'm not going to take everything that is said to be factual. I like to. I want to believe. I mean.
Do you believe in God or not?
Not the same form as you. I believe that we were
There you go.
created by something more intelligent than us, which
Would be God.
to
God
me,
is more intelligent than us.
You
He calls him Frank, but
He
whatever.
calls
Yeah.
him Frank. You call him Frank?
It's Chuck.
Or
Damn
Chuck?
it.
Close.
yeah,
Chuck's close.
and I don't want to confuse people too much about my religious beliefs. I was
Sure.
I don't mean to push you in a corner.
No. Come on, I like the corner drawn on my face. Here, do you need to know how to spell dick?
Yes, I do. D-I-K. D-I-K.
Right on my face. Now, I'm not talking about the same kind of fun as Robert. No, keep that away from my face. I'm sorry. What's going on? Get his shit.
He's got that one now, buddy. He ain't got to bring in the dildo.
No. Follow the bottom. Okay. Yes.
The bunny?
Easy. But I believe that we are created by some form of design. Some would like to say that, that's God. Some people would like to actually say that God is an alien himself and that we were put here. And in our descriptions of each species, both with mine and also with Nate's there, Gray's not so much, and who cares about you?
He's jealous. It's Link,
yes, because I'm not a ginger.
Hey, I'm just gonna say one word.
What the fuck?
Jason, I don't know how to say his name.
He's taking your forte for getting his information from movies.
Oh, okay. So he feels that Aquaman is
Based on a true story.
Oh, that's right. He's Atlantean. Oh, why did that just not hit? Oh my god. Shit, his is gonna be totally.
Totally looked like he didn't know.
Yeah.
They're all theoretical, so it's impossible for them to be false.
Look, everyone's gonna
I went
like,
on Wikipedia, but
Jeremy-
everything's true. Everything's true there. It's like the internet.
Jeremy Reed's true hair color. Is he really a blonde? Is he really blonde? And then our blonde subscribers just went, oh,
Yeah.
shit. But we got gingers. Yeah.
And cups.
We got blondes too.
But so like I said, I don't necessarily feel like, there is definite proof.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot pointing to a strong possibility, and also, you pull in some statistics on everything else, and I mean it I would say it pushes it more into the green than it does not. So I mean.
So again, although we all come at it kind of differently, we all believe that somewhere out there,
I believe.
there's aliens, and so that's where we stand. Again, doesn't mean you can't watch this and maybe get convinced, or we're not. Frankly, again, we're not scientists.
No.
But
In the least bit.
yeah, some of the stuff I did, certainly on Grace, I thought was pretty fascinating. That out of all reported alien sightings, at least on the record, 43% of those make up what we traditionally call the Grace, and that's that again, big head, elongated snout with eyes. Picture, please. They first kind of were the first real alien phenomenon. Although again, if we talk about the Mayan and the Egyptian and early ancient civilizations who carved hieroglyphs with spaceships, alien forms, and again, I don't know that we know exactly what those were, but
How did
certainly
they carve them again? Can you show us?
they used a carving apparatus called a carver.
Damn it!
Yeah, and carving stone was very. Have you
Done by a carving
I think it was
specialist.
done-
You went to the carver store.
This.
Yeah.
By a carving
Can't
specialist.
wait to edit this thing.
I did it more than him. You gotta keep humor in it. Look, that fucker's asleep. Come on, wake up! Wake up!
And if I fall asleep, I do make funny noises. So I'm just
And
gonna
you
go
are
out.
gonna get put in a weird position and draw on your face.
I'll fall asleep. I sound like a
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Robert.
The
No, that's
Greys,
fine.
the Greys, the Greys, the Greys. We all love Greys.
No.
well.
No.
And there's a
The
bunch
Greys
of different
don't
theories
love
on the
us.
Greys. There's some theories that believe that the Greys are actually just robotic creatures that are being powered or controlled by the tall whites, which is a subspecies of Greys, sort of like the Grey Masters, but that were seen in the Betty and Barney Hill abduction. Both Betty and Barney said that they saw that type of guy, and Travis Walton he also there was a tall white that was controlling the Greys apparently. Those are both abduction stories that are out there. You can go do your own research and find them. They're pretty fascinating.
And like you said, most of them are. I'm sorry.
No.
Most of the time, Greys are known for being evil little bastards.
That's right. They've come to get you, and they want to take you into their ship. And
So-
once there, at least in a lot of these abduction stories,
That's where all the probing comes
That's
in.
exactly right. And it's not
So what-
just anal probe up the butt. In the Betty and Barney Hill case, it was absolutely specific
Let me.
descriptions of him being
What's the description of a Grey?
manually
I mean,
stimulated.
I know what an Atlantean looks like, but what's a description of a Grey? What's a Grey really look like? Or supposed to look like?
Again, the traditional big head with a gray, pale-like skin. I'll have Nate put a picture up one here.
And again, he put it right over my freaking face.
Of course he did. No one blocked me.
No.
But
Wait, you're
and
the
so
voice,
again,
not the
some variants on that have changed. That most recently, that the comedy Paul, that is a gray.
Oh, that's a scary bastard.
Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Now, I will say, although this
those
picture
were grays.
If he
is
can't, if I
does
see him
not.
come in my room, I'm running, folks. If I can, if he's coming to probe me, well,
Well,
I'm
hold
there
on,
too.
hold
If
on.
I can.
The ones in the descriptions from what I remember always had little jumpsuits.
Yes, that
So-
again,
Did E.T.
one of
have a
those
jumpsuit?
things are
Is he
very. In a lot of cases, they
E.T.
show it
was part of the Star Wars universe.
Okay.
Mm,
Well, that's
as we will correct
E.T. was kind of
him.
cute.
No, he was not part of the Star Wars universe. That
Was
was,
he a Star Trek guy?
nod to Steven Spielberg. You little shit.
They put him in the movies.
Oh my
in
god!
the Star Wars movie.
prequels.
I know the prequels suck, but they were still there.
Again, that was a nod. Okay, to all
Okay,
you out there.
carrying on.
Whoa, whoa,
Clearly, we got some Stephen Kingberg.
Oh, what the f- was that? Okay, to
Back to the
clarify.
Greys.
Well, hold on. To clarify this real quick for all of you already searching for it. Okay, so Steven Spielberg, when he did E.T., he put a nod to his buddy, George Lucas, in the film where he was walking, it was trick-or-treating, and he saw a Yoda.
That's correct.
Okay? So in, pretty much as a friendly gesture back,
Yeah, the Star Wars figures too.
George Lucas
Both things.
went ahead and had
E.T.
E.T.'s race.
Whatever they are.
Yes. Which I'm sure you guys are also finding out now.
And you're probably telling us
Greens?
the
That,
point that
well,
they are.
no, that E.T. was really a
If you would.
Jedi and all this other crazy.
I didn't say that.
No,
Yeah.
so
Whoa.
it's
But
out there.
it's
out
out
there.
there.
Look at the way E.T. moves. There's no way E.T.'s a Jedi.
Nope.
You could
the levitation.
They have a Yoda. I mean,
Oh, that's
like
true.
in that
Look
same
at Yoda.
movie, right by
Yeah.
that same
Okay.
scene in that same
I stand corrected.
hall where the Senate, was
Yes.
dissolved and.
Dude, I could just
um,
so see E.T. doing like a triple somersault landing with a sword.
Again,
Yoda? Say
when,
no
when,
more.
when I first saw Yoda in those first movies, we certainly didn't see that. And
No.
again, there was always that question as a little kid when I was watching him, going, "What the f? Really? How's he really?"
Our Yoda back
Language
then,
for
our
Yoda.
Yoda today, Yoda, it's two different Yodas.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can get back to it. Seeing
Yeah,
that was
okay.
clarified. You
Carrying
can
on,
follow.
sorry. What are we going with? Greys or are we going Anunnakians? Are you going to finish up with
No,
your
no,
Greys?
he's-
I mean,
he's
that's
great.
kind
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
of where I was at. So again, that's the main alien that everyone knows is the Greys. There's some variants on that. Most of the abduction scenarios that have been reported, they were taken to a mothership or taken somewhere, and in different cases, but all cases, some sort of DNA, body fluids. Obviously, everyone makes the joke about the alien probing because that's what a lot of these abductees said happened to them. And certainly in the Travis Walton case and the Benny and Barney Hill case, there's photographic evidence of wounds on their body where some of these probes went in. Again, for me, that doesn't necessarily tell me, oh my gosh, that's why I believe in aliens. Look at that picture from 1967 of her hip, where you can clearly see a boo-boo. So, you know what I mean? But
I think it needs to happen at a personal level for each. I mean, unless
That's
there's
right.
a
That's
mass event
that's
to where
well,
you know,
again,
aliens come down and it's like, oh, it's on breaking news. But I mean, as far as each individual believing in, you know, if they're intelligent enough to get here, how they are, they're going to stay quiet. And it would have to be kind of like Robert, you would have to get abducted. I would have to be abducted. Not, you know, subconsciously, you know, suppressing being
yeah,
by an older man or something, which I will get into that when I
you're
get
gonna have to.
But yeah, it's...
But
Being
yeah.
abducted by an older man? Is that what you just
No,
said?
no, no,
He's really an
I
alien.
was-
He's really an alien, but he comes in the he comes in the form
Okay,
of
we're carrying on. This is getting a little
big,
sideways.
white blonde Norwegian.
So you brought your panel van today, I see.
No, Robert was in the tree when it happened,
I
and
was
he had
thinking
his
the same
knives.
I was ready.
He was the alien assassinator, and then he's like, "Oh, that's not an alien. That's just some old guy. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I can't save that young gentleman there."
Claus. So, but anyway, again, that's kind of the main rundown on the Greys. They're fascinating stuff. There's a bunch of other abduction situations that have happened. I think that when you put those together, that again, the Betty and Barney Hill one happened in 1961, and the most recent one that I know of that was at least involving Greys that has some credibility was the Travis Walton abduction, and I don't know that Travis Walton certainly could have known of the Betty and Barney Hill one. It's a pretty famous abduction situation, but there were just a lot of similarities. It makes sense to me that if people are going to come down and try to learn about us, that at some point they're going to want to take our bodily fluids. They're going to want to know how we reproduce. They're going to want to know more about us. I mean, it's like we discover a new species of frog in the Amazon. I mean, they don't
I'm
just
pretty
say,
sure-
leave it alone, don't touch it. No, there's definitely a dead frog somewhere, and
We-
cut up and...
Rape the shit out of it with science.
That's right, that's
I
right.
mean, and we're not gentle about it. I mean,
I'm just going to say I don't think I'd have an issue reproducing with an Atlantean.
They are very hot.
no. Did you
And
know
see,
that?
Aquaman, I'm just
I
saying,
thought gingers were like donkeys.
to
They
show the women.
I feel like
in
those
Aquaman.
gills look like they just got a bunch of different, like just like
I don't care.
multiple,
Even with the gills, they were hot, dude.
What?
Well,
Gingers
yeah,
can
the gills are hot.
reproduce?
Basically, the gills just a sideways. I mean,
Have you never seen a mermaid
Sorry.
movie?
I don't think.
They take the
I don't-
extra tail,
I
they're
don't-
hot.
I don't think you or Robert got what I was saying. I think the only one that did was Nate, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell did he say?" They were still talking. It was probably something funny.
It might have been.
Yeah. Oh my God! Did he just ask if gingers reproduce,
They do.
or are they like donkeys?
They do.
those mules.
It's
Yeah, I'm
mules.
sorry.
It's
See,
mules.
We all have an ignorant side.
And yours,
I-
and yours, when it's biology,
Gingers?
or zoology.
Just so everybody
The
knows,
equine-
gingers are trying to make a
equine-
comeback.
Yeah. You know what? I give you a lot of shit for being a ginger, but I am.
It's not easy
I-
to get a ginger.
It's hard to see, but I am part ginger. I am.
Oh, that's a lie.
No,
That's a clear lie.
no, I burn. I burn.
That doesn't make you a ginger.
And if you've seen my
Do
family
you have a
tree-
soul?
No.
Might be a ginger.
I was more of a Marianne guy, but whatever.
Oh,
Whoa,
shit.
okay,
Damn.
gingers are hot, dude. I'm gonna be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
I would have to say that
Topic.
It is not
Next
hard
topic.
for a ginger to get a woman.
Who's hotter, Ginger or Marianne, or
Ginger was
or
Mr. Howell.
Mrs. Howell.
Mr. Howell.
Ginger wins it all.
I mean, I feel like
I'll
She's
go
a
with
ginger,
Professor.
I'm saying.
No.
Ginger.
Ginger.
Yeah, I'm joking too. I mean, we all know that the hottest person on there was Gilligan.
Oh,
Big.
Yeah.
I did like
The
it.
way he carried the
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That little
Yes.
hat.
Sideways.
Oh, what's going sideways? Oh, you freak. Oh my god.
Let's go on. Carry on, Andy.
Yes. No.
Take it away, Nate.
Yes, as far as
That's kind of the highlights of the Grays. Again, I think that as we go into some of these other ones, you'll see that there's connections probably,
Oh,
not
yeah.
necessarily with the Atlanteans or
Right.
but
well, as we go forward, and as our viewers tell us to narrow it in. I mean, we're kind of shotgunning it here.
Right.
A big open blast. You tell us, do we want to bring out the sniper rifle and narrow it in? Okay, we want you to go in depth into the Grays. In depth.
He wears glasses. We all wear glasses. None of us can be
Look,
snipers.
you only
You don't
say
even
it
need
like you are a poser, and the worst kind. You are a poser trying to poser cripple people.
I need these. I need these glasses. For,
You're Johnny Knoxville at this point, man.
Are you Jewish?
I could be.
Jewish and ginger.
and a
Weird.
Christian, all in one. Wow.
I have become the
Well,
number
you
one
bet.
hated person right now. I love all people. I do.
Except
drink
ginger
your
Jewish
gin and
Christians.
tonic and smoke your marijuana.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Adam Sandler.
Sideways.
Love it.
Okay, but so yes, like I was saying, is help us narrow down what you want to hear. We are here for you. Also, we're here for us.
We are here for us.
Four gentlemen talking. Regardless of whether or not you give a or like what we have to say, we're still gonna continue to conversate and record. And to all you out there that are like, who are these? There's what's going on? I don't even get it. And that's not even me doing a voice. That is my voice. I would like to apologize.
That's his new permanent voice.
No, I hope not. I'm
He's getting
coming
closer to a
down
little buddy of ours.
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
the fuck I had
My name is.
is still going away. Oh my god, he's a fucking gray.
What?
We need to put him in a little.
Son of I never thought about that!
Rockakaniki.
Colin.
Rockakaniki.
No. Whenever you make faces like that, look at the camera and faces. And then
Rockakaniki.
bam, we just made another meme. We are making history today.
We are making a whole new language, folks. Rockakaniki.
No,
Kraka Kaniki, what?
Hey, it's my language. I can make it whatever I want. It means
Gay
hello.
Hawaiian.
Awesome band name, though. I mean, you were
Rockakaniki.
He disappeared, he's off the camera! And we're back!
Back to meatball. Anunnaki and meatballs.
No, are you? So you're done with Grays. We're moving on to Anunnaki.
Anunnaki for the creators of us all.
Ooh. That's what that means if you translate it?
And Anunnaki.
Yes.
If you put
No,
that in
actually-
Google Translator, that's what the word means?
You're the one
No.
who thinks that.
Like Robert means huge member. And that's what it means. It's an ancient American.
And Nathaniel means good and bad.
Wow.
Notice the theme?
And what does William mean?
Short for Bill.
Soulless,
For greatness.
soulless ginger.
And,
Soulless
yeah.
ginger.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. It is.
So no, what just happened?
Yeah. It's like, hey, we keep jumping.
The Anunnaki, or creators of us all.
Carry on,
Creators
sir.
of modern men, in theory. I'm not saying for sure. But, I mean, the Anunnaki were basically described as beings of light, for the most descriptions I got. Up until they, started having planet problems in their atmosphere of our favorite disappearing planet called Nibiru.
How's he say?
Nibiru?
Nibiru.
Nibiru.
Let's go ahead and give a little backstory
Nibiru.
about Nibiru real quick.
Nibiru basically
Show that
backstory.
one. Yeah. picture.
Nibiru is going to take out planet Earth.
Nibiru on his face.
Fucks everything on my face.
Nibiru.
Dude, Jeremy,
Sun.
you've got the.
Nibiru.
You've got.
Sun.
Oh.
Boom. Earth gone.
That didn't look like what I
Yeah,
was
listen. Here at Table for Four, we do not mean to make provocative symbols with our hands and or faces.
It just naturally comes to us.
It's just
You
We don't
said
need
tongues.
You don't need to.
Okay. We're horribly there.
oh yeah.
Yes, okay, so we're going to have a picture of Nibiru probably on my face because my face
It's
is
photogenic.
It's vast real estate apparently. I've got a fat face, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
for it. Nibiru, explain it.
So Nibiru comes around. They say the solar cycle is about every 3,600 years. Supposedly, it's on the other side of the sun, where we cannot see it at the moment, or
Let's
it's
see.
just out too far. We can't see it, which doesn't make sense. So basically, their atmosphere was going to, and they needed some gold to get some of the infrared out from the sun or something.
Oh,
They needed gold for their atmosphere.
Well-
that much I know.
yeah, yes. Pretty much how it's described is pretty much how people are saying that we can save like if solar flares and everything increase, that if you have a small particulate of silver, gold, it reflects a certain amount of light
Which
back.
is why NASA uses gold sheets for their
Yes.
satellites and stuff.
Supposedly that's why.
So if a satellite falls,
we
we
are-
find we're rich.
No, it's very very thin.
Damn.
But supposedly that's what they're saying. What is it?
Like
Chemtrails
shot
and everything
Yeah.
else are. But sorry, that was just to explain that.
So anyway, they came to Earth about 400. What was it? 450,000 years ago, and started mining Earth's gold.
What is this before or after our creation?
This is before.
Okay, sorry.
They came down there. They came down here with their workers, the Igigi,
Is this before or after dragons?
the reptilians. From what I
No,
can
no,
tell,
no. He's
No,
just saying
dragons.
dragons.
Yeah, like in the time history part.
I'm not sure.
It's gotta be
dragons were
before
still in
dragons.
medieval-
Gotta be before dragons.
Yeah, it has to be before dragons.
But
Because that's before
Pre-dragons.
dinosaurs.
As far as-
Pre-dinosaurs.
as far as the timeline, how he goes, there were bipedal.
there was Neanderthals.
Yes, human creatures, and
Ah.
and a little bit of backstory.
I don't know what I'm more excited about, that you guys took my question seriously and actually you're trying to determine whether or not it was before dragon.
No, I watched.
Dragons were. There are more legends about dragons
Yeah, look,
in more cultures.
we just got a couple of new subscribers and
Like
commented on.
Billy was like, what?
We're gonna do
And Dave was
dragons.
like, you know what? I think it may
We're
have been.
doing
I'm not sure.
multiple
We're doing dragons, dinosaurs.
Dragons!
Yeah.
But no, I watched that awesome historical.
Dude, I watched it
flick.
too. Training your dragon?
Oh,
No,
it's
I'm
amazing.
talking about Dragonheart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dragon
That
Heart
was
was
a
good.
badass. Oh,
Dragon Heart was
on,
good, but Train Your Dragon was way better.
On movie.
The cartoon.
Rain of Fire was the only one I.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but
was
yeah,
that
was
was
a great
movie.
one.
Actually, Ring of Fire was good.
Game of Thrones,
McConaughey,
Game of
and,
Thrones.
and at the end, the deleted scene was him driving
Norris.
away in his Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his middle finger up, and rolling a booger in his finger.
That was brilliant, actually.
No, anyway.
Just rolling this booger.
So what these Anunnakians, what they look like? Now that we're
They look like this.
Yeah. Like what just came out of my nose. Like what being on Billy. You got
On my arm,
That is
too.
a booger.
It is a
Basically,
booger probably.
from the descriptions I got, they look either like giants with wings, or just giants, or shut up.
I got a vision of this giant fairy flying around.
Yeah.
Like the BFG with wings.
It all depends. If you're looking at Google, it's one thing. If you're looking at Wikipedia,
It's completely
It's-
different.
You know
yeah.
how big his
But
wings would have to be?
it was
He's
like-
like 40 foot tall. He's like,
They were described as
Like there's a
beings with
formula
lights
we can
with
do that.
like lights coming out of them that looked like wings, or they were definitely big. They were giant creatures,
okay.
Big meaning full size, not
little buddies.
well endowed. I know that's where
Wow.
your mind went.
No, it actually wasn't
think,
where my mind went. Well, maybe a little bit, but
Wait, I know
15,
someone
20 foot
was
tall.
15. Okay, 15, 20 foot with wings.
Now another
Kind of like one of them flying
Possibly the wings could have also came from the
Pterodactyl.
fact that they were
Or
coming
pterodactyl.
from outer space and flying ships and stuff like that.
It was a long
You know
time
what kind of
ago,
ship
so
you'd
people-
have to have to
Well,
tote
the only
15
thing
foot
we
tall
have-
dudes around?
Right.
The only
it's
thing
just
we
not
really
practical.
have to
Shrink
work
them.
off of,
Right.
They could
Or-
get with what's his name, Short, and shrink them.
Yeah. Torture.
the only thing we really have to go off of is the Sumerian tablets that they uncovered back in the 19th century.
And you got to
okay.
realize that things back then, they perceived things as they saw them.
Yes, they
So-
didn't have all the terms that we
You
have.
mean they didn't have Wikipedia?
No, their Wikipedia was a stone tablet, sir.
No,
That they were typing.
it
That's
was a
right.
guy.
So that's why they said it's set in stone.
No, their Wikipedia was
If
wicked
somebody took
in
the time to
quarter
put it in stone,
deep.
it must be true.
Yeah. There's not a lot of hieroglyphic shop back in the day. There wasn't a lot of photo.
But-
They were messing with those a bunch.
They didn't Photoshop.
They didn't hieroglyphic shop.
A quick add-on. Supposedly, it is said that as beings increase in size, also do their let's say cognitive ability. Their
I'm gonna put my glasses on for this one
they're
because this is gonna
linked
take some smartness.
to. How's the best way to say this?
I'm wondering myself.
Their ability to.
Since they were huge, was their brain bigger or smaller?
No,
I
well-
think is what he's asking. Were they smarter?
No,
Were they like
suppose-
Lucy?
They had a better control of reality, and
It's hard to focus when I got the glasses on now.
No,
they bring
it's-
up power.
You want to smack him too with those eyes?
No,
I know. I'm really getting this
with
vibe.
I guess you could go ahead and say it as that is with height supposedly, and all four of you or all three of you are gonna now look it up, but with height supposedly increases mental capacity / cognitive thought.
That's an
and-
outright lie.
No, I don't know. Oh, it's
Look at
because
a
they're short?
brontosaurus.
No, I mean
How
with,
do you know they
They were
were
very
smart?
dumb.
How do you know that?
Ah, Robert said so.
yeah.
I feel like I had a
He had
poster
insight
or
on it.
something when I was a kid. And I was like, here's the
Yeah,
brain of a brontosaurus.
exactly.
Here's the brain of a
Brain of a brontosaurus.
The brains
Look,
were
my glasses, I can't grab
fossilized.
it.
Oh.
This big brain of a
See,
brontosaurus.
fossil record could be incorrect.
Brain of a human.
That big.
Right.
Never mind. You knew where I was going with that.
You want to keep going?
Stop showing.
So, okay, back on topic. They came down here to mine our gold with the Igigi. The Igigi also could be the reptilians. Because they were a mining thing, too. Anyway, the Igigi decided they were tired of digging for the Anunnaki and tried to rebel against them. Which was a phenomenal up, as they were almost entirely wiped out. So, without their workforce, they decided to take a native creature of Earth, Neanderthal.
And it's on my face again. Really? That's a joke on you.
When they say
Because I already look like that.
And
When
I'm
they
just
say
saying,
Neanderthal, the arrow
there's
does
only,
point.
there's only one caveman we show on
Trust
here
me, sir,
before, and
there was no
better
picture that
keep
time.
up.
There was just arrows.
Okay.
The one time I was like, get the
My
picture
name
away.
is Jeremy.
No,
So
there was no
they
picture.
took Neanderthals, mixed it with their DNA to create what Sumerian or what the tablets called the Adamu, which in Hebrew Adam means man, right?
Yeah.
So Adamu was technically first man in the Sumerian language, roughly. I say roughly. Sumerians, the most ancient civilization we have right now.
You said
That
that.
yeah. Sumerians being the oldest living civilization that we know of, and we still use stuff that they use today, like running
Air,
water, plumbing,
Right.
streets, buildings, stuff like that.
Little Asian kids to make shoes.
Yes.
Wow, that was so
Pornhub to
colored folly.
make shoes.
And I lost the Asians too. I'm really.
We
bummed.
have lost every demographic.
No, y'all didn't. Y'all didn't.
Yep, and the Neanderthal speaks.
But basically, we
Sorry,
that
my little
way-
pygmy friends.
after they created us, they could use us as their slaves to mine the gold and run us how they wanted.
Hey, we're not against the Aborigine, are we?
No. Why would
They
That's
got
good.
video, so we're good.
I like
I forgot where I was going.
I really
Yeah,
like the
the
average
one
age.
group that doesn't have a computer? Thanks! I'm glad that you're here to back me up. You. No, they're in the brush throwing stage. I just lost the one watches this.
The one.
The one.
I'm sorry again.
I really.
So anyway,
Pygmies.
they had a total of like 8 rulers over 230,000 years. So we know they lived a long time.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's a long time. If you didn't understand.
That's a lot in ginger years.
Yeah, it's a very lot of ginger years.
Yeah,
You're like 10, aren't you?
I'm about 4.
Okay.
What is the lifespan of a ginger?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
How could you kill me without a soul?
Oh, I've been watching Dexter, buddy.
Sure, say vampires don't have souls, they can still kill.
What, Dexter's Laboratory?
No, it's
I know where the
spin-off
street
of
crab
Yeah,
is.
it's him grown up.
Oh! We just made theory. Bam! We are making all sorts of shit tonight.
But anyway,
Dexter.
the first person to
Dexter's
come
Laboratory Dexter.
across this theory was Zachariah Stitchin, who is very famous for his books and stuff in this particular.
Your picture?
Maybe. I don't
Zachariah.
know. I've been trouble finding.
Oh, I feel like we'll find a picture.
I'm
I
trying
got
to
a
find
feeling
it.
No, we're gonna show
Zachariah
some
Stitchin
guy.
If not,
guy
it will
was
be
a
one
little
of his
famous.
If not, we're
But-
going to show a guy that looks like a miner from the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like a gold miner. It's like, still like that. His name's not like that. He looks just like that.
No, for you, Jonesy, we'll show a picture of the
That
Chargers.
is also saying how they got rid of the Iggy was one of the great floods. We've had what? How many floods on this planet?
Was it 3?
I think it's 3. Not the last one, but the one before the last one.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
It
How-
was-
Interesting.
I gotta throw this out there. How come I know more about all 3 of the other ones than I do my own one?
we don't know.
I'm not saying that I know more
But
about
anyway-
We
it
don't
now.
know, but we will investigate.
The Anunnaki have not been anything we have on the Anunnaki has been ancient, and I'm not even sure if they're still our neighbors or not, technically, because there's no mention of them past the Sumerian languages. Maybe some Egyptian. Some of them could have went Egyptian, but at the same time, there's not any references to the name Anunnaki or similar to it.
No, and again,
So,
it's kind of lost in translation again because that was one group they called it the Anunnaki.
Right, and it's hard to tell if they went to. I mean, I do know, referencing yours, sir, that the Sumerians after or during when the Anunnaki was here, there was a text that I saw a documentary on that there was one point where they where they took refugees in from a devastated city
I was going
that
to
was
say
possibly underwater.
they went a little bit under.
Yep.
Because the Anunnaki did help the Atlanteans.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Yep.
We've got some alien.
Helpage.
Oh yeah, back
Yes.
then there was a lot
Well,
of
Anunnaki aren't as bad as the Greys. The Greys are kind of robotic. May have been created by the Atlanteans with the help of the Anunnaki.
That's a stretch.
Hey, it's all theoretical. Stretch it any way you like.
Oh, I do.
Give some of that Nordic, give some of that Nordic tale over here.
Anyway, that's kind of some of the highlights that I found.
Awesome. Any Anunnaki in popular media? Any movies? And I mean, we've seen a bunch of different aliens.
I have found a excellent, and it kind of goes over what I said. Plus, it kind of goes in different directions. I haven't watched the full thing of it because my internet went down at work one day. And there's a movie called The Anunnaki. It is narrated by Bill Nighy.
Of course it is.
Bill, oh, no, Bill Nighy.
Oh, but
No,
I know the actor.
You remember
I
the
do. I know him
Dad
very well.
from,
He's amazing. He's in Love Actually.
Shaun of the Dead?
He's in
He
Shaun of the
was in
Dead.
Underworld,
He's in a bunch of movies. Oh, he's awesome in Underworld.
and he could creep you. He was in it,
So there is.
but it was a good show.
So you're telling us that there is something out there called the Anunnaki,
Yes, there is an Anunnaki movie.
and it's
And
on
it-
the Anunnaki.
It goes pretty good in depth. It compares stuff to the Bible and the scriptures and that, and versus what
And how these could be interpreted as maybe.
yes, from Egyptian to the Bible to where they started. They had like landscapes describing their planet as like rust colored because of all the
Sounds like Mars.
iron oxide in their atmosphere. But yeah, I mean, it was a decently done movie.
Wow.
I think it was from BBC.
I feel like I just said
Maybe
that.
that's what happened to Mars.
Yeah, I think
Maybe the Anunnaki took all the gold out of Mars and the ecosystem fell apart. Now it's a big super tornado looking red ball.
Haha, he said ball.
Good band name. Super Tornado Red
At least
Ball.
he didn't say blue ball.
Anunnaki.
Yes.
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Certainly the funnest word that we've
Okay.
got going right now.
Right.
Atlanteans. And
Brought to you this
I
week
did
by
forget my papers.
Who are hot.
I
You
know.
forgot your papers?
Yeah.
Man,
Atlanteans
we're gonna have to
are
get you spaded for that.
extremely smoking hot. I'm gonna lead with that because if anybody's ever seen the Aquaman show, yes, I did bring that up, and yes, I did get some information from there because
No,
it's
no.
all about Atlanteans.
To show his age, he said show, not movie.
It's based on a true.
So he means movie.
It's a show,
That, no.
movie show.
They'll moving pictures,
Yeah.
no talking. Haha.
Bro, this was in 3D, underwater stuff. Really cool. Because this was after, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, because
He
Atlantia
said head.
had sunk. And the reason that it sank, they believe, is because they've got, kind of like we are today. The technology has overwhelmed them, and they did things that they shouldn't have done, and it shook the earth, and they believe God took them to their core under the ocean when the Anunnaki took some in. Kind of like us today, we got the Hadron Collider. We could create some disasters and some bad things could happen potentially. And that's kind of the thing that happened with the Atlanteans as far as why they sank and why they almost went extinct. I'm not going to say they did, because I think there's still people on Earth today that could possibly be from the Atlantean gene pool. They had technology that is out of this world,
Literally. That's why they're.
and smoking hot.
It's like this is
Dominate.
the treat that we get when he forgets his research material. He just keeps repeating.
Smoking hot.
Smoking hot. That's all
Imagine
it
if
is.
you will.
So we're gonna have to turn
Just-
this into a water.
Just
behave.
imagine-
So they don't have
Okay.
flippers, right?
No flippers. They do have some scales because they got that after they sank.
Scales can be okay.
Because
Scales
I'm
can
going to
be-
go off the movie on this one. They
Scales can
gapped
be-
it under the water,
Scales can be sexy.
and supposedly they're there today. Actually, there was a documentary that was showing video of possibly over in the Bahamas where there may have been some structures, and you had let's see, what was his name? Plato
Plato.
used to talk about
He invented
Atlantis.
the clay.
And he the one that
And,
wrote the
uh,
ballad of Atlantis? Or
Right.
Story of Atlantis?
Correct.
I knew something.
Correct. This is the one time Jeremy doesn't want to chime in with all his vast knowledge. When I forget my research paper.
No,
Go ahead, tell me something you know about Atlanteans, and let's see what y'all don't know. I'll have to
Well-
correct you if it's different than what I know.
Supposedly it all started, Lemuria was before Atlantis. Do you remember that?
The ancient continent of
Yeah.
Lemuria.
Yes. Supposedly that was a precursor to Atlantis. Or
Same
Atlantis.
land?
Well,
There's a map of it, kind of, sort of.
it's kind of hard. I mean, different people believe different things. Some people believe that Atlantis still exists, and why we can't find it is because we are thinking that it is, say, in the same dimensional space as us, which in fact it never was. That yeah, it gets a little weird when it comes to that. But I mean,
If it wasn't a different.
If it wasn't in a different realm, it'd be Florida.
well,
Because I mean,
supposedly,
if you ever go to
now-
Florida, it's like paradise. I lived in Florida for a long time.
Now-
It's like paradise, kind of like California. So if Atlanta's a paradise, I'm going to say Florida's Atlanta.
he thinks that Florida.
California is the future Atlantis, sir.
Yeah, that's true. It will fall in
Yeah,
the I agree.
They are literally an earthquake away from it.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
Bad news, so are we.
Okay, yeah, because of where did all of our food go? Well, we decided to build a wall, and millennials are not picking our corn. Okay, back on subject.
Do what?
Aren't you a
We
millennial?
have corn pickers. They're like 60 foot wide.
Whoa.
And they're manual, they're GPS, they're AI operated, by the way. They don't need anybody to operate them.
That puts a warm, fuzzy feeling.
They don't.
Okay.
All the
We're,
farming's done AI.
So,
That's artificial intelligence.
I'm going to tell you right now, there was a great,
Get out your bingo cards.
we'll say a flick that I believe I spoke to y'all about before, and it was on YouTube.
That's a
It
good
probably
thing,
still is. The Secret History or whatever it was. Like I said, the first time I watched it, I honestly felt like it was complete garbage. The second time I watched it, it started making a little more sense. Not necessarily saying that everything that they say is true, but it does a real good job of creating a entertaining perspective on how most things connect. And it's kind of funny because it connects Atlantis with us. It talks about Mars and Martians.
Does it talk about the Nordics?
No one talks about the Nordics except for Billy Meyer. And that is it. You guys really, I mean, you were talking about a corner. I was putting a corner. I got a whole story about a guy
Billy Meyer.
that as a kid he was molested by a Santa Claus. That's what
Are you
got.
saying
I feel like he
Chris
has some weird
Kringle
name
is a
too. Did
Nordic?
he have a name? Like what was
There's
yeah,
hold on. Oh, hold on. I got it. Began in 1942. Age 5. Elderly Plajaran man named
Chris Kringle.
Safath.
You can't even say his name.
You
spit everywhere.
It's Plajaran. I don't.
It's sloth.
But I don't think it says anything about Nordics. It's been a while since I watched it, but I would like to say, hey, viewers out there, you can call this a plug. It was something interesting, and it was one of the things that not necessarily inspired me to continue on the path that I am on trying to figure out as much as I can, or I mean, even for entertainment purposes, try to find the most entertaining information about any of these species besides the one that I.
Okay, I'm going to chime in on the Nordics for you.
Here we go.
This is for my vast knowledge of movie watching. Nordics come from the land of the north. They are large and body size, take down dragons, huck a spear with the quickness. They got lasso stuff.
Lasso. No.
Lasso, whatever. You know what I meant. Okay?
I guess
They would lasso the dragon's legs and they would crank it in and the dragon would flap.
I don't. What the are you getting this from?
Game of Thrones.
Well, I guess that was a great segue into my alien.
It is.
Nordic aliens, also Plajarans, Palladians. however you want to say it. Most human in appearance. Yes, I'm reading from here because
That's fine.
I'm sorry. I did not want to retain any of this because
He don't like the Nordics, folks.
I do
Apparently
not.
not.
They blonde to reddish hair,
Here comes
blue
your picture.
green eyes.
Smoking hot. Smoking hot.
5 to 7 foot tall. Some say Nordics
What
Latin.
was that country singer?
Irises. I can read today. To sum it up, they are the one thing that I do like about them, and I might joke and I might say, gingers. I love all people, and I feel like everyone should love all people. That is one thing that I do agree with the Nordics is they try to inspire peace. I might say a lot, they're the hippie race of aliens.
Oh, that's cool.
They are one that is not evil in intent. They worry about us. They try to protect us. They try to guide us in ways of love and wisdom. They are.
They sound like Bob Marley.
They're different, which for Billy Meyer, which I mean, he might get brought up in a later discussion, just him and his encounters with the Nordics, which I guess that will be a time that we will head back to my least favorite race, only because there's no Michael Bay in it. There's no explosions. There's a possible child molestation case.
Right.
Possible. Which I don't
Oh,
really
movie's gonna be made
condone.
on that.
I don't condone that at all. And but
No superpowers?
technology, advanced technology, supposedly.
Atlanteans have superpowers.
They supposedly look a lot like us, and then this is where mine and Nate's and I's, to be correct, since there's a lot of
English.
literal.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to talk, but there's
That's
a lot
okay,
of
you got it.
English buffs that are
That's
going
right.
to
We
be
just,
like,
we just kept some
oh shit, oh,
elementary
correct
teachers
yourself.
just now.
Where Nate's and I's will connect is we not necessarily word for word, but it stated that the Nordics and we came from the same genetic, I wouldn't say pool, but most races that we know of or that are here pretty much came from one single seed, and I don't mean like a seed that you plant, I mean from a specific starting point. That gets a little thrown off when you start thinking of, him where he says that we pretty much started as Neanderthals and we gained the ability of cognitive thought through the Anunnaki to pretty much be their bitch. I mean, and when they come back, get ready for it because there's going to be whips and ball gags, and not in a good way.
I don't make it any good.
But like I said, I mean, I do agree with them as far as peace and love, and I might rag on the hippies only because half of them smell like 5-day BL, but I mean,
I thought
they.
you were gonna say weed.
Oh, I never put that 2 and 2 together. It's not 3-day BL. It's the stench of skunk grass. Ah, damn.
Who doesn't love skunk grass? I do.
Clearly,
But
I haven't got a clue what that is.
so I mean, they live pretty long.
That's the.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if y'all are interested in hearing more about them at a period where my voice isn't cutting in and out like I'm just hitting puberty, I will go more in detail, or we will go more in detail with the Nordics / Palladians / Plajarans / however you want to say their name. I'm sure someone's like, oh, you said the wrong thing, and sorry.
Oh, you think you're?
I'm sorry, you Plajarans.
And if you hate us,
You're gonna
you're
hear
still watching.
Yes. You have gotten this far. So there is something that sparked your interest.
Yes.
So we'll get with our buddies, the aliens.
I feel like it's the weird moving orb in the back of Billy's head, but
Yes.
because that
We-
is doing some
We
weird stuff.
yeah, we will not let them know what that is.
That's not.
Comment below on what you think that weird movement is. You know, some is gonna get it right away. You edit that out. He looked up.
I didn't mean to look
No,
up.
no,
I didn't mean to look
no,
up. I
just-
looked up. I
What
looked
is-
up. I'm sorry.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay,
Grass is green.
So that's kind of a rundown. Again, like I said before, we had to cut through some of the fat. Probably some of your favorite aliens we didn't cover. Again, like the guys were saying, put some comments in there, and who knows, we may do a second episode. This may take 2 episodes, but just kind of gives you a basic rundown of some of the stuff out there.
Oh, and also,
No.
give us feedback. What
Yes.
can we do to
Feedback,
make
critics.
this better? And I swear, if one person says get a better set, I'm gonna go ballistic.
I dropped 1 F-bomb earlier. I just want the record to be clear. And
Well,
Jeremy
no.
was all over it. He's dropped 17 because I've been counting, and that was 17 just now.
I
Okay,
have dropped 0. Children watch this.
Okay.
leave it in a comment. Should we leave in the?
Should we
box?
leave him in or should we not?
Should we bleep out the? You know, if they say bleep it out, well, they kind of can't after the fact. I guess the first one. It's just
I'm
gonna be
bleeping
bleep.
I'm bleeping the f***s out. There's one.
Well, like I said, any other feedback to make this a better experience for you, please include it in the comments below. Like I said before, we are both here for you and for us. We are going to be setting up a Patreon. This might be a little soon because this is our first what the is that?
Episode?
Shit.
Episode.
Oh, you moved a cup like you were doing like an ad. Oh, yes. Oh, we can do that with cups. As far as sponsors go.
Wait a second. Wait.
You moved a cup.
Get
And then you
Sponsored.
went off. We went left.
Sideways.
Well,
I don't
no,
know what you were
you-
saying.
I'm sorry.
He was talking
you
about
moved.
patrons, and then he.
You were talking about
and
this
he
might be
went
soon, and you're
sideways.
like, and I can't hour, and then I said episode.
He went to his ADHD.
Oh yes. He moved something. I do apologize. Look, that's gonna be in one of the comments.
What is?
Focus on stuff. Yes, this might be early for Patreon. Since this is our first episode, there will be more. Like I said, regardless of views.
We need help.
And if you like this video, please like wherever the like button is.
You're gonna be the
And
one
if you don't like it?
placing it.
No, the like button's
Dude.
there, dude. That's
Why would you not
YouTube
even
all
like
the
it?
way.
It's right there.
And I don't know what all that stuff means, technological stuff.
Damn.
I like it.
You went full on gangsta. And
You're
not,
right.
I'm not gonna say you know.
I grew up in.
You ain't
There's the hood.
gangsta. Straight gangsta.
You went
right.
gangster.
I'm gonna go gangsta.
No, would you?
Bam.
Oh my God.
Slap you every-
Please.
Big
Please.
loves my glasses, folks.
I didn't.
You can't help it
Alien.
because I'm blind.
No, an alien abduction
With the
with him.
glasses.
That one little gray stepped on his glasses, and we were all blessed.
I-
Well,
I
that's
usually
one thing
say-
we're gonna mention is,
See y'all
hey,
later.
support us so you can get more.
Yeah, get more stuff.
Because the sooner they support us more, we can do more.
Also, shameless
That's
plug
true.
here.
That is
I have another YouTube channel called Nate Road. I will put the link in the description.
And guess who's gonna be ruining his Wow, why did I turn into
I have no idea.
see my precious?
That was
And
very
see
evil.
who's going to accompany.
Join. Let's just go with join.
Yeah, join.
At that
Hey,
point, now,
hey,
join.
yo.
Like,
Yo, I'm gonna be joining him too.
Oh, I thought you had a joint.
Is that what I heard? I heard a boner. I heard
That's
a
not what
boner.
I heard.
I heard a boner. No, I'm saying.
Jones Curly.
boner.
Yeah, I heard. I literally heard a boner.
Company
I heard-
joining.
Oh my God, he's got a boner.
That's why my arm's up so high.
Is that where gingers have boners at?
Yes, they come out outside. Like, heads
From the
upwards.
weenus over here.
All right,
Nice.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
there you go. That's.
Thank you for watching. We love you all.
God, I look like a whale.
Peace out. Homie.
You look like a serial killer.
Which one?
The rapey one.
Yeah. Tell me,
See y'all later.
Rapey one.
tell me,
Bye-bye.
is this too rapey?
Deuce!
Bye.